Hello everybody. We're going to be doing a unboxing today. I'm using OBS and I might have an error or two, but here is the package. It's from PFI Parts. I already have one of these, but it's the older model. And this is the model below the one I really would like to have, but we're going to open this up. So, here we go. I don't know where Cotty is today. Let's open this up. What's inside this is in the title, so you already know. Okay. This company, I've purchased PCB supplies from them. They have like soldering irons and other stuff. So let's see what we have here. I like their expandy packing, but their shipping on this was expensive. It was like $50-something for this. Which it's, I guess if they're paying what, a couple bucks a piece for these, it's worth it. So everything they've ever shipped me has been good. So 3909. This Cami research here, I'm gonna give another shout out to them. This second time I've dealt with them, they've been really awesome. Very attentive and friendly. Getting the software license transferred, not an issue. They still do give older software. I wish they would have a reasonable way to update it to more recent software, and I really hate it when they put tape over like the serial number there. That's a really bad thing to do, PFI. Really bad thing to do. Putting tape. A lot of sticker residue. So I will actually be testing this using the OSB. I just hope I'm gonna have to cut that. See, it's gonna probably want to peel that. Yep. Very bad thing to do, PFI. Cut that. Okay. Yeah, whenever you pack and ship something, little advice, PFI, don't put packing tape over a sticker. Don't use packing tape to secure the cables. It just makes a sticky mess. Alright, CableEye AC adapter, 15 volts DC. Let's get this plugged in. I have power right here. And I'll light up the software on OBS here. And we'll see if it works. Oh, wait, you might want to see the back here. Expansion out. Remote, calibration, USB. And if you want to compare it to the M2. Here is the M2. You can find the unboxing and teardown of the M2, this one here, and in a past video. I hope it's not coming out bleached, but looks like it might be. But I will be doing a teardown and another video on this one. Hopefully brightness ain't going out too bright. I'm just looking at the monitor at an angle. Okay, I have a USB that's already hooked up to the PC. And we will power this on. We get power. I heard the computer ding. Yeah, so that will be getting a teardown. Let me launch the CableEye software. Who needs a calibration file? That was right. Where did I put that? That would be on the desktop. Yeah, I got jury duty this week, so I will probably not be doing any videos Monday or Tuesday. There's the cal file. Yeah, let's see. Where did that go? I have to launch it again. Okay, we have an M3 USB. Did it? I don't think it requires a driver. No, she's not detecting, darn it. I throw the calibration file. Preferences, M3 USB. Okay. Well, this bites. I just powered on. You reboot it. See if it detects it. Retry, preferences, hardware type. Ooh, I'm not getting this on there, am I? Yes, I need this up here. Okay. You shut this down. Maybe it's because there's in task. I've had a couple issues with the software. If there's like, if you end up getting two instances running. Preferences, M3 USB. It's an M3 USB. Model M3. Yep, M3U. And we still just get errors. Go into Device Manager. See if it's detecting it. It should be. I heard it, yeah. It's coming up. Cami CableEye M3U test fixture. Okay. PC reboot solved the issue. So we're going to light the software back up here. Yeah, I don't know why it pulls a capture of the whatever is on your desktop background. It's kind of annoying. But this is version 5.3 of the software. I don't think I've shown the version 4.3 for the M2. So it detects the tester. So about CableEye, you will see M3U software version 1.19. I'm not sure if that's the most recent software for the M3U, or if they ever had a software update or not. I'm not sure if they updated if you send it in for calibration. But it was last calibrated on May 22nd, 2017. I have both licenses installed for the M2 and for the M3. This unit was licensed on the 31st of October 2008, so that was Halloween. I guess that's when the unit was first sold, I assume. The M2 was 1998, so. But the M2's been a pretty good tester so far. I've been very happy with it. I ran into a couple cables I wanted to test that had resistors and LEDs in them. And I would like the M4 so that I could test distance to break. That would be awesome for diagnostics. But small businesses are not Cami's research's ideal clientele. We'll just put it that way. But I still have to say their customer service is awesome for getting software for these older things. Yes, they only give you the software that was used when the unit was new, or the last qualifying software, but okay, let's do a test. Oop, before we do the test, if it's like the M2 to do the hardware test, we need to remove these. Okay. And I did design a circuit board footprint in another video, and I have the PCB file so that you can make your own if you want. And I think Cami Research, they will give you the dimensions, but I just measured it out and drew it up. But let's do a test. Okay, so we have a push button test, fixture test, analog, switch test. Okay, so we're gonna run it once, and it passes. Now we're gonna run it continuously and let it hammer this thing like 100 times. I read on an old post on the Wayback Machine, because you don't find much information on these testers anywhere. That if you run it continuously, if you have any flaky logic inside the unit, it will generally show up on a continuous test. So just run it up to about 100 passes. So we're going to hit go. And now we're on pass 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're just going to let it run her about 100 times. See if we get any errors. We're about halfway there. Then I'll dig out some cables and we'll test a couple cables. There it is. We'll stop it there 105 times. Kind of like The Price is Right. Stop it where you feel lucky. And it passes. Okay, so I think that hardware is going to be pretty good. Let me drag this over here a little. No, we'll put it right back up where it was. All right, let's add the boards back in. And what do I have for cables here? Oh, let's start with USB cable. The one that came with it. Let's see if it works. Here we have that cable plugged in. Did you see that one? It's plugged in there. Let's learn cable. Okay, that just detected it. And if you see right there, let's see if we can make this bigger. There we go. Now you guys that are my age might be able to see it. All right, then we're going to test cable. And the cable tests good, and it will show you the net list here. Tells you what wire goes to where. And then you can also do a continuous test, just like we did with the continuous hardware test. So say if you had an intermittent, you can go continuous test, and you hit start, and it's got all those cycles, and you can go through and you can bunch up the cable, wiggle it, and if you get any failures, it will pop up. No errors. And it's already done almost 500 cycles, so we will stop it. Cables match, no differences. So no broken wires. Okay, let's add another cable. Okay, got a mini DIN around here. Right here. Here's a 4-pin mini DIN. Come down here so you can see it because the software's in the way. Let's see, okay, 4-pin. I have a few cables we can test. Okay, I will learn the cable. Okay, it does do a pop-up, and I'm not sure why OBS is not showing the pop-up on this. I tried to do this on the M2, but it gives me, I'll screen capture it and put it on my blog, but it gives you a thing to select which DIN you have that plugged in to. So I'm just going to select MDIN for male, MDIN for male. Okay, and it detects the wiring, so you can give the net list. It works. We can test that cable, and it matches. So now if you had a bunch of cables, you could just plug them in and hit test cable, test cable, test cable. And if you have a special cable for like a custom device, you can learn your cables and save them. We'll do one of those right now. There it is. Right here, this cable right here. Let me drop the software down. All right, this cable right here. This was for the Data IO 29B. It's their cable pinout. Goes from DB9 to DB25. So we will go like that. We'll go like that. Let me turn the software back on. I got to do this, get more practice, so I'll have goof ups and errors, but comment and tell me how bad I do. I like comments. Some guy said I deleted a comment on another one. I don't delete comments unless they're like spammy, you know, or threats of violence, but I don't think I've had any of those yet. We will learn cable and go to that. So now that shows, let me open that up a little bit more. That shows that pins 1 and 6 are connected, and it gives you the layout of that cable. we can hit test cable, and it tests. So, and if I wanted to, I can save this cable in there in the database, so as a custom cable. So if I ever need to do it, I can just hit load cable, and it has all these choices of different cables and different adapter boards. So it's kind of cool. It's a very useful tool. I don't see how a small business, a small repair shop, can make a profit with this tool. It can be used in assistance to making profits. If you're flipping stuff, doing different things, and you need to test your cables before you sell a product. You know, if you get a bunch of USB cables and you're doing stuff on eBay or something, and you want to test your USB cables to make sure they're all working, yeah, it'd take a long time to recoup your money, but I don't think that's got HDMI on here. It's too old. Do I have a DVI cable? I don't. I might have a DVI cable. So yeah, I've got jury duty. So I will be doing the teardown after jury duty. My week next week is pretty full. Download. But yeah, that's my jury summons. So while I'm looking for a cable, I think it's everybody's civic duty to go to jury duty. Everybody should do it at least once. Man, I got lots of cables that I want to go through. I'll need a network cable. Darn it, that's HDMI to DVI. I should have prepared for this video, but there we go. Untangle that. There we go. We've got a DVI cable. There we go. We got a Ethernet cable and a DVI cable. Throw this DVI in there. Yeah, let's learn that cable. Okay, there it is. Cable learned. Matched data. Not yet saved. And we can test this cable. Let's do a continuous test. Start. Let's check it. Oop, there we go. This cable's got an error. You see that? Not sure if it was just a connection error, but we had one error. That was a shield to pin 24. It's a good test. So I don't know if this is gonna do it again. Oop. Yeah, I think it's just connection error. But that's what happens if you get, you know, say if you had an intermittent break inside the cable. It's kind of cool. Let's test that Ethernet cable. I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of cables, so I'm just going to go through a couple of them here. That's probably the last one. Okay. Show you how to plug that cable in. That cable's plugged in. We will learn cable. Oh. This is going to be a RJ. Okay, there he is. It detected. And that stopped. So cables match. Test the cable. Yeah, so it's kind of cool if you know, say if you've got a like Cisco or some weird patch panel cables that their labels faded away and you needed to check them and verify them because they got some sort of weird cross pin out or something. As this could be good for. Like I said, I still don't see how a small business, what they charge for these new. Yeah, so next video will be the teardown video. Said it will be after jury duty. So that's the unboxing and testing of the Cami Model M3U. We'll catch y'all next time.